Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Appreciate you watching. I got a hunk of red cedar I found out in the woods. I'm going by this as red cedar and the wonderful smell. But this stuff, instead of growing like a tree, it grew more like a hedge or a bush. So this is like a elbow, so to speak. And it should have some nice grain. I got it as, I guess you'd call it, parallel in the lathe as I can get. I may shift it back a little bit, but I'm going to come in here and make a tenon as quick as I can. Do a little bit of rounding on the bottom. Hopefully keep this. As soon as I get into this, I'll reevaluate and see if I have to tip it a little bit. But I got this end pretty straight with that end. So hopefully this will have a nice curve up. Get rid of the chainsaw. And then I'm going to flip it, and you can see my red marker there. I may regret that. I might have to sand that all off. But I'm going to try to get a bowl to pop right out of the center of that best I can. And leave as much of the rough stuff as possible. Hopefully I can get down deep enough where I can get into this beautiful red color. Actually, it looks purple when you first hit it. And if you seal it quick enough, it will remain that purple color. And as it ages, it will go from purple to pink. And then it will turn into almost a really nice golden brown, actually. So I kind of like the red cedar, is one of my favorites. So I'm going to see if I can preserve that red or purple color. So let's see what happens. Alright, I'm trying to get you some different angles and stuff. Let me know if it's too much or too weird. Just kind of experimental. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Alright, I'm getting into some color. This is kind of slow and boring, so I'll pause you for a while. When I get down to some decent looking stuff, I'll turn you back on. See you in a minute. Alright, getting a little shape to it. So far it's staying in the lathe pretty good. Looks like I might lose this chunk. But I'll keep whittling away at it, literally. see where we end up. Alright, I totally flipped the script. I don't think I can get a tenon in here without going so deep that there'd hardly be any room for a bowl. So what I'm going to do is round this all off nice, and then come around this side and clean this up a little bit underneath. Have this, and this as legs. Then the bowl will actually be on this side. So it'll actually be kind of a bowl coming out of a stand. We'll see how that works. I sure hate to throw this piece in the fireplace, but I think I can get a nice curve here and then get like a 6 or 8 inch bowl here. This is going to be a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. And I think I got enough depth to get it about 3 inches deep. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll get this shape a little nicer here, and then I'll flip it and start working on the bottom and see how that comes out. So far getting some really nice color though, but all this darker wood is punky, so might have to have a CA bath. Turn you back on when I make some progress. Alright, I think, see if I can zoom you in. I think I got the general shape I want. I got a nice round here. I got the actual lip of the bowl kind of emerging out of that. This might be just a straight up artsy fartsy piece. I don't know if I'm going to get deep enough here to actually get a rim, but I got my spot right here nice and flat for my spur drive. I'm going to flip it around and see what we can do with cleaning up the bottom. The hit and miss stuff is a little bit unnerving. Just saying. But so far so good. Except for this little bit of splintering right here, but I can kind of grind that out, I suppose. We just keep going in until I get just a little bit of shape and a little bit of color. Might have to clean out my spur drive. It looks like it's getting kind of clogged up. Alright, I got her flipped around and got the speed turned up a little bit, and let's see if we can make something happen. I got some more sanding to do on this thing. This wood has a lot of resin in it, and it really clogs up your sandpaper. So this is going to take a couple days of hand sanding and getting in there, but I got it close, and I want to hurry up and get a little bit of a seal on it. I have polyurethane, and then I cut it almost 50% with lacquer thinner. This really lets it soak in deep. Let's see if we can get some color out of this thing. And it will also, it might cut some of the oils. And allow me to sand it a little easier. I'm not a real big fan of hand sanding. But I'll put this wash on here to help seal it, because the quicker you can seal it, the better it holds its color. Otherwise, if it stays in the air too long, it will just turn kind of brown. So basically using this as a sanding sealer. I left as much rough stuff on here as I could. I really like that look. But I did hit it with the brass brush just to get the dirt and some of the loose, like mildew and stuff, from being in the woods. So far I like the color. Got some nice fire in there. That's beautiful. A little curly grain. So I'm going to call that good for now. And yeah, that looks pretty good on film. I'll put up a couple pictures, give you some close-ups. Ciao, everybody. Play nice.